Nobody is watching. Nobody will ever know. Getting away with less would cost you nothing. What do? 5 virtues. Gi, you act on what's right. You hold your position. Jin, you're present to others. Rei, you give genuine attention. Makoto, you are the same person everywhere. And here is the question that all 5 of them eventually lead to. What is the foundation that makes all of them stable? What is the thing that prevents them from being performed when it's convenient and abandoned when it's not? The samurai had one answer, Meiyo. When most people hear honor, they think of reputation, public standing, social respect, the opinion of others. He's an honorable man, meaning people think well of him. The samurai considered this a fundamental misunderstanding of what honor actually is, because anything that depends on the presence of an audience, any virtue that requires witnesses to remain intact, is not a virtue. It is a performance of virtue. Meiyo, true honor, is what the samurai called the standard you hold yourself to when failure would be completely invisible, when the only witness is yourself. Today I want to show you exactly what that standard is, and the specific practice the samurai built to ensure it never eroded. But first, a story about the samurai who embodied Meiyo more completely than anyone in Japanese history, and whose most important act nobody witnessed. The story begins in 1701. A young lord named Asano Naganori was publicly humiliated by a court official named Kira Yoshinaka. The humiliation was deliberate, repeated, and calculated to provoke a response. Asano, finally, drew his blade in the court of the shogunate, an act punishable by death. He was ordered to commit ritual suicide. His samurai, his retainers, were now Ronin, masterless warriors, with no lord to serve, no income, no official status. The expected course was simple: accept the situation, find new employment, move on. 47 of them didn't. For almost 2 years, they scattered. They disguised themselves. Some became merchants, some became monks. They were observed by spies who reported back to Kira. These men had given up. They were drinking. Some had left their families. They showed no signs of vengeance. What the spies didn't know was that the 47 Ronin had made a private vow in a secret meeting after their lord's death. They would avenge him, and they were willing to spend 2 years appearing dishonorable, becoming the thing they were not, in order to fulfill the private commitment they had made to each other and to their lord. On the night of December 14th, 1702, they attacked Kira's compound. They succeeded, and the next morning, knowing that death was now certain, they surrendered. All 47 were ordered to commit ritual suicide. All 47 did. The 47 Ronin are remembered in Japan not because they won, not because they were celebrated. They were ordered to die for what they did. They are remembered because for 2 years, with no audience, no reward, no guarantee of success, they held a private standard that nobody could see. That is Meiyo, not what the world knows you did. What you did when the world wasn't watching. Meiyo has 3 dimensions. Dimension 1, Haji, the compass of shame. The first dimension of Meiyo surprises most people, because it involves an emotion that modern culture has almost entirely rehabilitated away. Shame, not toxic shame, not the shame that says you are bad. The samurai concept of Haji, the acute, internal discomfort of acting below your own standard, is something entirely different. It is not punishment, it is a compass. Haji is the feeling that arises when there is a gap between who you have committed to being and what you just did. When you acted in a way that the best version of yourself would not recognize, not in public, in your own eyes. The samurai distinguished between 2 types of shame: Soto no Haji, external shame, the discomfort of being seen to fail; Uchi no Haji, internal shame, the discomfort of knowing you acted below your own standard when no one would ever know. This internal shame, Uchi no Haji, was considered the most important signal a warrior's character could generate. Once a day, ask one question: did I do anything today that the best version of me would be ashamed of? Even if no one will ever know. Name it honestly. That discomfort is Haji. That compass is working. Haji is the compass, the signal that tells you when you've drifted from your standard. Dimension 2, Jibun no Hata, your own flag. Every samurai warrior carried a flag into battle, a small banner attached to the back of their armor. But the samurai philosophy taught that there was a second flag, an internal one that could only be lowered by the warrior himself, Jibun no Hata, your own flag, the private standard you hold yourself to when no one else is keeping score. Every person has an implicit Jibun no Hata, a set of standards they hold themselves to privately. The question is, have you chosen it consciously, or is it the product of whatever you've been willing to accept from yourself so far? You must explicitly name your Jibun no Hata, not vaguely, as specific, concrete standards that you hold yourself to regardless of witness or consequence. Not, I want to be honest, but I do not speak about people in private in a way I would not speak about them directly. Not, I want to be disciplined, but I do the work I committed to whether or not anyone is checking. Not, I want to be honorable, but I keep every commitment I make, especially the small ones nobody would notice if I broke. This week, write 3 specific standards that constitute your Jibun no Hata. 3 things you will do or refuse to do, regardless of whether anyone would ever know. Then hold them as if the 47 Ronin were watching. Haji is the compass. Jibun no Hata is the standard. Dimension 3, Gisei, Ikeni Sheng. Honorable sacrifice. Meiyo without cost is not honor. It is comfort dressed in honor's language. The value of your standard is precisely equal to the cost you're willing to pay to hold it. A standard you only hold when it's convenient is not a standard. It is a preference. Every time you lower your standard to avoid a cost, you receive something in return. Comfort, convenience, social ease. You made a trade. The samurai called this Meiyo wo uru, selling your honor. The samurai prepared for this through Shiwo Kakugo Suru, readiness for death. Every morning, they accepted that holding their standard that day might cost them something they valued. Not fatalism, but clear-eyed acceptance that the standard was worth more than the comfort it might cost. Think of one standard on your Jibun no Hata that you have been holding conditionally. Name the specific cost that would make you abandon it. Then ask, is that cost actually greater than the standard itself? If not, commit to holding it regardless. That commitment is Gisei. That is where Meiyo becomes real. We live in a culture that has developed an extraordinarily sophisticated system for managing the appearance of honor, and almost no language or practice for developing the reality of it. The social infrastructure of modern life rewards the performance of honor with exactly the same currency as the practice of it, which means the rational choice for most people is to perform, not to be honorable, but to appear honorable. What is lost is the relationship you have with your own private standard, the ability to look at yourself with the same unflinching clarity as a samurai checking his blade, and the specific peace that comes from knowing that who you are in private and who you appear to be in public are the same person. Meiyo is that decision, and it is available to you right now, without any audience, just you, your standard, and the choice of whether to hold it. The Meiyo Daily Protocol Morning. Shiwo Kakugo Suru. Before the day begins, accept that holding your standard today may cost you something you value. State it clearly. Today, I will hold my Jibun no Hata, whatever it costs. In the moment, the Meiyo check. When you feel the pull to lower your standard, ask, am I about to sell something I can't buy back? Evening, Uchi no Haji. Review. Did the private version of me today, the one nobody witnessed, match the standard on my Jibun no Hata? Name one moment where it did. Name one moment where it didn't. 6 virtues now. Gi, Yu, Jin, Rei, Makoto, and Meiyo. Each virtue is possible without the others, but each virtue is fragile without all of them. Meiyo is the foundation that makes every other virtue stable under pressure. Because if you hold your standard in the dark, in the moments nobody witnesses, then you hold it everywhere. And the man who holds his standard everywhere is not performing character. He has become it. Meiyo, honor. 3 dimensions. Haji, the compass. Jibun no Hata, your flag. Gisei, sacrifice. Next week, Chugi, loyalty, the final virtue of Bushido. Before then, one question. Of the 3 dimensions of Meiyo, Haji, Jibun no Hata, Gisei, which one are you most likely to avoid building? And if you haven't named your Jibun no Hata yet, do it before the next video. 3 specific standards. Written down, yours. That's where honor actually starts.